I brought y'all out to my barn this yom to share with y'all something I've been working on, and it's really been heavy in my lob that Yahweh has placed it. Within His Debar, within His Word, He gives us commands that we are to uphold. It is in Debarium, what people know as Deuteronomy, Debarium chapter 6 verse 9, where He tells us to take His commands, or what people call commandments, to write them on our gates, to write them on the doors of our homes. I have printed off something similar to these before, and I stuck them just off a sheet of paper, and I stuck them in those little plastic sheet protectors, and I taped it to the side of the door on the house. They always get faded, and eventually the water gets in and they turn colors and you can't read them no more, and you just have to take them off and throw them away. But I remember I had some Mod Podge glue, and I knew I had cedar boards in my barn because of boards I had to cut off, and I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to print these back off. This is done off of cardstock. It's thicker paper. I actually like it better. And this is done off of just regular paper. It kind of crinkles a little bit more, but it dries all right. There's some bubbles in it, and you just kind of go over them, you know, after it is pretty much dry. Don't do it while it's still wet because it can tear. But you can see the imperfections right in here. You know, there's imperfections there. No big deal. This one actually dried better because it's heavier material. And I had like a little imperfection up here, but it's perfectly fine. And I went over this twice, but I took my Mod Podge first, and I went over the wood, and then I placed the paper. These are two different strips. That's how I had to print it. I placed the paper down on the board after I put the glue, and then I positioned it where I wanted it, smoothed it down, and then I put the glue back, a layer of glue on top of that, let it dry, and then I came back and put a second layer. This one has had 2 layers. This one has had only 1. I'm fixing to do this one again. But this is written in the ancient Albrith, what folks will know too as the Proto Hebrew, or the pictograph, or the Audiot. This is the Albrith, the first Safa, the first language. These are both the same. I like this one better because it's a little bit more just smoother, but I'm going to use both of them. And down there, right down yonder, those mess of trees, kind of towards at the bottom, is our gate. It used to be up closer, but my darling moved it down yonder. We actually like it better down yonder too. It keeps people from coming up, you know, too far in here if they ever are too curious or turning around or whatever. But I need to make one for the gates and one for the home. I'm going to make more because I'm going to put one up here on my door of my barn. I'm going to come right up here and put one up here. I'm going to fix it to that, to my door. Then I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to affix it to the door of my greenhouse. I want Yahweh's Debar, His Word, all around us. I want His Shem all around us, you know. And this, He told us to do this. He told Yashral to do this in Debarium chapter 6 verse 9. Now you'll have to read Debarium, I think it's in chapter 5, where He gives the commandments. It is written within Shemuth chapter 20, I believe. I believe this is that is what this is. This is Shemuth chapter 20. It starts at chapter 20, and then this is verse Akkad, O-N-E. Then it goes down. But I'm not done with this because I'm going to I've got a wood burner. I'll probably wood burn it, or I might paint it for now and then wood burn it. But I'm going to write Shemuth chapter 20, and then verses Akkad through 17. Because they wrote down the numbers. I got this out of the scriptures I have now, the 4x4 edition from Hallelujah Yahweh scriptures. But there's the numbers written down beside of it that you can see. And it goes to 17. It has been in my desire, in my love for a long time now, coming into the Amath, to learn the true, the ancient Abrith, to know our Abba's, Yahweh's Safa, his language, to learn his Lashun, his tongue. These are beautiful. Look at this, they're Yapa. Look at that. If you don't understand what you see, you must study. You have to study to shew yourself approved unto Yahweh, not man. Not man. A lot will look at this and they'll think, oh, I could never learn that. Well, you never can if you never try. If you don't put your earnest lob into it, lob or lab, H instead of H-E-A-R-T. If you don't study, if you don't do your work, you never will learn it. You have to have a lob for Yahweh, just like Daud did in Scripture. If you truly ahaba him, you will do this. You will learn his Lashon, his tongue. But I wanted to share this with y'all, and I'll show it to you when I'm completely done. I don't know if I'll be completely done this Yom, but these are enough to go ahead and put out. I will probably go ahead and at least paint. I might wood burn because I know where my wood burner is. I'll probably just wood burn Shemuth up here, Shemuth 20, and then the verses, the numbers for them. Because when I put them at our gates, the people that see our gates, they ain't very many, or they ain't a lot, let's put it that way. The mailman, or someone bringing a package or something like that. This little bee is buzzing everywhere. But whoever does, they will see. They won't understand. They'll have no idea, unless I wrote it in English. But why would I write it in English? If they are to understand, they will research and they will know. If they are to have a relationship with Yahweh, they'll have some sense that they'll know what this is. It doesn't matter what the person of the world sees. It matters what we do as Yahweh's Yaladim, as we are commanded to do. We are commanded to put his commandments, or his words, rather. Like people call it the Yod, which I speak Yod instead of T-E-N, because T-E-N, T-I-N, different words but same sound, and T-I-N is a mighty akkad. Therefore, I slip up a lot, but I try not to speak T-E-N either. Therefore, I use Yod because the number represented with Yod in the Audiot or the pictograph, or what I will refer to as ancient Abrith, that number 10 is the representation of that symbol. Therefore, I call it the Yod commandments, and that's what my youngin, he also forgive me, Abba Yahweh. He too refers to it as the Yod commandments, the Yod Debarim, the words. There's not just Yod commandments. These are, that many, that number of them, but there's more than that. But these are the ones that we were told to write down and to put at our gates and our door. All right, I'm going to go now, finish these, get them in place, be obedient. I will be Shema. I will be obedient to Yahweh, because I am his Baf. And I want to make him glad in me. It doesn't matter what people think of you. It only matters what Yahweh thinks of you. That's who you are to strive to make glad, to bring, I think the word is samak, gladness. Don't quote me on that. I'm learning. But yeah. Shalom from Hilltop Hollow, y'all. Shabbat Shalom. Yada Halal. Shalom Ahaba Yahuwah.